All right, and we are live. Would you like to help indie cinema? Of course you do. Well, tonight you're going to find out how. Stay tuned. All right, what's up, fiends? Alucard here, and tonight we are chatting with the filmmakers behind the new indie movie, The Wicked Ways of Webster County. And we're going to learn all about how you can help make that happen. So let's welcome everyone to the show. All right, first up we have Michael James Minard, Tyler Ritchie, and Ben Mayer. So, how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Doing great.
Doing wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's kind of go around the wheel here and kind of introduce yourselves and tell us your role in the making of this movie.
All right, Ben, you go first.
All right, I guess I'm up. All right, so my name is Ben Mayer. I am a local actor. I'm in the Des Moines area. My role in this film is playing Ricky. I get to be a henchman to our main antagonist, the titular witch, in this film.
Nice, and we will get into what the film is and all that as we go along. All right, next.
I am Tyler Ritchie, co-writer, soon to be co-director.
Very nice.
Soon to be. I thought you already were.
I haven't directed anything yet.
Yeah, you did. You did Closing Shots, fun little film.
No, I mean on this movie.
Oh, yeah. So my name is Michael James Minard, independent filmmaker from the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area of Iowa. For those of you who don't know, Des Moines is also in Iowa. We're all three from Iowa. You might have seen my face around this time last year for a little independent film called You Should Have Killed Me. And Al was gracious enough to invite us back and to help us out and to hopefully get you guys interested in the wicked ways of Webster County. And I am the opposite of Tyler. I'm also the co-director and co-writer of this film.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I love the name of this movie, by the way. So how did you guys come up with this, The Wicked Ways of Webster County?
Well, we had a different name. Mike, do you remember what it was?
Yeah, so there's a really, I was trying to think of keeping it local. There's a really small town about 15, 20 minutes away from Waterloo called Dewar. And initially the working title I had was The Dirty Deeds of Dewar County.
That's right.
And I wasn't a fan. And I think actually this is like the day I asked Tyler to get involved. Because initially I think I just had the idea and then I proposed it to Tyler. And Tyler was like, yeah, let's do it. So then we were discussing names over a couple of beers after work. And I'll toss it to Tyler because he actually kind of came up with it.
Yeah, so we were calling it that for a while. And then we were kind of falling out of love with it. Didn't really like it anymore. And kind of hard to say a little bit too. And I was like, what about, we were just thinking of I always think of alliterations for titles and stuff like that. So I said, I'm from Webster County. And then, and then Michael, I think, came up with Wicked Ways of.
Yeah. Nice.
I gotta say, Dirty Deeds also insinuates a totally different film in my head.
Yeah,
Dirty Deeds of Dewey.
Yeah, very much so.
Hey, movie 43, rule 43, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the A24 will do movie.
I have that movie.
Movie 43.
So how far along are you guys in the pre-production phase?
I mean, we're fully cast. Ben is a perfect example of that. I like to cast fairly early. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. But a lot of times when I'm even still finishing the script, I like to actually start putting out casting calls because it kind of helps me through the writing process. Because if I cast someone for a certain role, I can kind of base the dialogue and exposition, things like that, off of what I know about that person.
Right.
So sometimes, yes, I do write specific roles for certain people from the start, and then I just keep my fingers crossed that they do it. But other times, I like to cast somewhat early just to give myself a sense of, who the characters are, what their personalities are, and just, how they talk and how they act. And then it actually helps me finish the writing process. So that was something that Tyler and I did fairly early. We had finished the first version of the script, and we had sent out a few sides for people to read and audition with. And then ultimately, our story did change, and we did move some things around and change some bit with like the final film. But yeah, it's basically as soon as I get like a first draft done, I'm already sending it out to people, being like, "Yo, are you interested?" That kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So I would say pre-production as a whole, it's already casted. We already found our crew. We're just in our crowdfunding and raising that money now, which is kind of why we're all sitting here talking to you. And so we're trying to raise as much money as we can to actually do this thing. And I think regardless, we're going to do it anyway, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, help us make our lives a little easier,
Right. All right. So before we get to the crowdfunding stuff, so tell us a little bit about what is the movie about?
Tyler, I'll let you take this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's about, as Ben mentioned, a witch, a deranged witch that enlists to. I'm trying not to give anything away. Enlists two men to help her commit a crime. And that's one side of the story. The other side of the story is kind of a family drama about an estranged mother and son.
And all of the, or I shouldn't say all of the, but a good chunk of the events are actually all based on a true story that actually happened.
Well, really only one thing.
Yeah, really only one thing. But
like one thing in the story is based on a true story.
Yeah. So
everything else is our creation.
Yeah, where this was influenced by is I follow the YouTuber Mr. Ballin. He's like
I just watched one of his TikToks today.
Yeah, an ex-Navy SEAL that now makes YouTube videos and generally tells like scary stories, if you will. And I heard this story, and immediately in my head, I was like, "Oh my god! Like this would be an incredible movie." And so, what ended up happening is I was talking to Tyler about it when I started writing it, and he watched the video, and he's like, "Yeah, like I agree, this would be a great movie." And our theme of the film was kind of like, what were these individuals doing that day leading up to the actual crime?
I think what it came from is just like, I think one of us even said like we were just like, what were these idiots thinking? Like we were just like, what were they thinking? Like why? Like, and then it I think it kind of spawned from that.
Yeah, and speaking of idiots, Ben plays one of aforementioned idiots in the film.
Yeah. It's rare, but it's easy, Yeah, I mean, it's going through the script the first time, you'd really get a sense for how dumb these guys, specifically the two henchmen, myself and Vern Coonfair, who plays Bill, the older gentleman who is kind of the head henchman, if you will, and he kind of picks on my character a lot. Which is going to be fun. Okay. It's going to be a fun dynamic. You really get a sense for how naive they both are, kind of in their own way, and they're just so ready to fall into this narrative that this witch builds up for them. And you have to understand that like actually happened. Maybe it's a little bit more dramatized for the film and such, but like that's like what happened.
I don't think so.
Like, but I mean, like the interactions are made up, though.
Yeah, right. But like, as far as to the level of naivete that they both like, or I guess susceptibility they both have to this very, very charismatic woman is is real, and it's kind of mind-boggling. But it's a real event. It's real.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I would
yeah.
imagine they were probably on meth in real life.
Probably.
Or something, yeah. For sure.
Yeah. We're not going method though. Let's be clear.
Shit.
If that's true, we're not
Mike,
going
we got to
method.
do another rewrite.
Ben puts the meth in method.
Sorry, can I swear on here? Is that okay?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do anything. I'll do anything for a role. I swear.
Total method acting, man.
Yeah, of course. Method acting, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Method.
There we go.
I don't think it's in our budget for meth at this point.
Not yet. Donate now, and it will be.
That's right. If you donate, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
Please help us fund Ben's new addiction.
It's acting, baby.
So that brings us to the crowdfunding stuff. That's actually a perfect segue. There we go. So let's. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up so we can all see what we're dealing with here. So if you go to the Indiegogo, which I have linked in the description box and in the chat, so it's very easy to get to. Just click on it; it goes right to it. So what made you guys decide to go this route? Is this something you've done before? Have you tried this before with the other films?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll start. This is the route that I went with, like raising funds for you. You should have killed me.
Okay.
And so we were with You Should Have Killed Me. We were asking for 10 and we ended up getting 5. So we got half that. And I knew I could do it for 5, but the problem I ran into is I had to do like a deferred payment with the cast and crew. And so, yes, we ended up getting worldwide distribution through Bayview Entertainment, and they've been amazing to work with. But I didn't want to have to do that again this next time around.
Right.
I wanted to pay everybody up front, make sure everyone was taken care of. And then, so Tyler actually asked for the 15K. I was originally going to ask for 10. But I think it was actually a solid move on Tyler's end. Obviously it's always great to ask for more, knowing that you can do it for a lower number.
Right.
But so far with everyone that has been involved, like I think we're roughly like right around $800 short of actually making like our daily goal. So that's not too bad.
No.
And I also have some other friends and family members that said that they would donate, and I know our plan on donating, so that number could go up, anytime. But yeah, Indiegogo is great. I prefer it in regards to any independent filmmakers that may be listening. I prefer Indiegogo over Kickstarter because Kickstarter is all or nothing. If you don't raise your goal, you don't get anything. Whereas Indiegogo is whatever you do raise, they take like a small percentage out of it, but you get to keep more or less what you raised.
Nice. Okay. That makes a lot more sense to me.
So that's kind of where I go with there. They call it the flexible goal. So if you see that under our money amount, that's what flexible means. If it was like a solid goal, if you don't get that money, then it's all or nothing. You either raise it or you don't, kind of thing.
Yeah. I got you. Well, before we start digging into it, I do have a little video that I can play for you guys. So enjoy.
Hello, my name is Michael James Minard, commercial videographer, independent filmmaker, and mediocre dad. Why are you seeing my handsome face, you ask? Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We need your money.
That's right, Michael. Hi, I'm Tyler Ritchie, more successful commercial videographer, independent filmmaker, and fantastic father. As Michael mentioned, we need your money.
See, Tyler and I have dreams of becoming the next big thing in the film industry, just short of the craft service table.
And the first step, co-directing our next feature-length film, The Wicked Ways of Webster County.
A slice of life family drama with a lot of dark overtones throughout. Kind of along the same lines as that classic film Fargo.
You betcha. And we need your support to help make it.
By donating to our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign, you make it possible for talented individuals all across the state to make their filmmaking dreams a reality.
So head to our Indiegogo page now, and please donate what you can. Anything helps. Just scan the QR code and let's bring The Wicked Ways of Webster County to a screen near you.
All Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. So let's I guess let's dig into the website here. So as you can see, you're already at 2,500. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we just got a $500 donation today from. I guess probably I don't know if we should say or not.
Yeah.
Don't want the IRS
we,
going after.
we know her, but yeah, she donated towards the film, and if she's listening, we appreciate it very much. So
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very awesome.
Thank you.
Very, very awesome. All right, so you do have 44 days left, so plenty of time to hit the goal. Good stuff there. So let's go down and let's see what kind of perks we've got here. So we got Bestest Boy for $10 donation here. I can't make it any bigger, unfortunately. It sucks. But yeah, so for $10, you're gonna get a social media shout out, correct?
yeah, it's kind of your pat on the back. Hey, we appreciate it. Tyler and I have been saying this whole campaign, like anything helps. So I mean, even if you're like, well, man, I don't have a whole lot of money that I can, put towards a film, maybe instead of buying I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into buying personal items because it's their decisions, but it's like, even if you just got $10, like $10 is great. It helps us out. And yeah, we really appreciate it. So
yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the one that kind of a lot of people are like, oh hey, yeah, it's $10. I can throw $10 your way. That's always a good one.
this is going to be really funny too, because I don't think Tyler actually saw what I labeled all the perks. So I'm assuming he's probably going to give me some shit on some of these names. So
I think I have unless you've changed them.
no, they're all the same.
Just skip lunch and become the bestest boy. That's all we ask.
There you go. Perfect.
And congratulations on the weight loss for skipping lunch.
Woohoo!
Yes, indeed. All right. So next up we have Movie Poster Maniac. Love that name too. That's great.
So this was.
Are you just talking about how corny they are? Is that why you think I care?
Yeah. So this. I'm not going to say the name was Tyler's idea. This was actually Tyler's idea for this bird.
Yeah, definitely not the name.
Sure it wasn't. All right, so with this one, looks like you get the official movie poster. So how many of those are being made? Do we know?
Well, we'll figure out how many movie maniacs.
How many movie poster maniacs we get? Right?
I mean, we'll make, I would assume, 50, just cast and crew, that kind of thing. Mementos.
Oh, and I would be remiss to not mention the picture that's on the left side of the screen with you guys holding a couple of Emmys.
Yeah. Michael and I each won an Emmy for the same project. When was that? October? November? Something like that. But yeah, it's an Upper Midwest Emmy. And we made like a PSA for the Waterloo Youth City Council. Waterloo's where Michael and I both work. Michael lives there. And it was about like suicide awareness. Our state just passed a legislation, I don't remember, last year, I think, for like putting the suicide hotline number on the back of like student ID cards, like mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, so we made a PSA for them. And then submitted it and won. It's pretty wild.
Man, that's awesome. You see that? I only bring you top tier people on the Alucard show. That's right. Emmy winners, baby.
Hey, right. Ben, where's your Emmy?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, that was my next question. Ben, what happened?
You know what? I'm working on getting cast at an NBC show. So when I get on that, I can win a primetime Emmy and we'll be good to go. So just give me like 10 years. All right.
There you go.
We'll come back.
Time is ticking, young man. Time is ticking.
I know, and I don't have enough of it.
All right. Movie Poster Maniac. All right. Next up, we got I Want to Be Special. For 300. Let's see. What's the hook here?
So this is where we actually start and almost kind of being a part of the production. So for $300 to like $499, every perk receives that movie poster, but then basically this is when you start getting to like credits in the film.
Right, like on-screen credits. Yeah.
Yeah, so this would be like your on-screen special thanks credit, like in the actual film is what that kind of gets you. So your name will hopefully be immortalized in a film you're proud of, kind of thing.
Forever.
Very cool. Very cool. And yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. All right. So yeah. So no one's grabbed that yet. Somebody needs to come grab that. By the way.
Well, luckily it's because they've all done the next one.
They've done the next one. That's right.
All the
Which
big,
is-
any of the ones that are around that area have done. I'm kind of a big deal.
So yeah, they are kind of a big deal. So yeah. So this
So-
one looks like it's a producer,
this-
an actual producer credit.
This is a legit producer credit where we will actually create a IMDb page for you if you don't already have one, and you will actually have a producer credit in the film along with all of the official credits that come along with that as well.
Yeah.
At
and
that point, just give him a star in Hollywood. Jeez, might as well.
Yeah.
Right?
right?
And then you
Yeah.
just have an awesome, like anytime you're at a bar, family gathering, whatever. It's like, hey, I'm on IMDb.
Hey, did you know I produced a movie? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. That's actually pretty cool, and that's really that's a hell of a deal.
So Al, we're looking at you, kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You never. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell you which perk I'm gonna get later.
Oh, the next one. The next one.
You mean we haven't
Here we
gotten
go.
to it yet? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's right. We have not gotten to it yet, baby. All right.
However, if you want to be put in the credits as bestest boy, I will put you in the credits as bestest boy.
Best is bad. Best is bad.
That's actually
Oh,
that's actually
good.
there you go. That's actually a funny. I think I'm assuming you got it from my story, right, Mike? Why you called it bestest boy?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, I put my a short film I made. I put my dog as that in the credits.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
But yeah,
Well
and
deserved.
then my buddy Kyle was the shoot involved guns, and my buddy Kyle has guns, so I asked him to come over, and he totally bailed like the morning of, and then yeah, or like maybe it was the night before, and then another buddy of mine, Zach, came down and saved my butt. So we had real guns. Well, some of them were squirt guns,
Nice.
but yeah. Anyways, so I put him worstest boy.
Little sweet, little sour. Little sweet,
Yeah.
little sour.
There you go. I love when movies do that, when they put like those crazy credits in there.
Yeah,
Just-
it's like
it
it's
just makes it so
literally.
much better. I love it.
It's only for people like, and in this movie we'll have a lot longer credits,
Yeah.
but in that one, yeah, it was anybody who knew Kyle was like, oh damn,
It's like, oh shit, really?
Cue the South
Very-
Park reference.
Yeah. Damn it, Kyle.
Damn it, cat.
All right. So for 1,000, you can be an executive producer.
Yeah, this is the one that Al's going to join.
This is I'm actually going beyond this. I'm going 15 grand. I'm directing.
Are you trying to replace one of us or just both of us? Because if it's just one of us, we can probably negotiate.
We'll see once I make the donation.
I'm
My
dead serious.
vote-
I'm dead serious. I would let you direct it. You can take my thing for 15 grand.
My vote is we just put Al in all of the roles. Behind camera, in front of the
There
camera,
you
we
go.
make an Oops All Al, Wicked Ways of Webster County.
There
Damn.
we go.
Wicked Ways of Webster County in the bag.
Yeah,
That's right, baby.
we'll add a starring Al on there.
Yeah. So as you can see for this one, I'm the captain now. Obviously, it's a joke about executive producers trying to be in charge and make decisions on set, which hopefully you don't do. But at the same time, I'm the captain now. Is for those people that really want to be involved. I didn't actually put this in the description, but if you're an executive producer where you donate over $1,000, you get that credit. You'll end up on the movie poster that also comes with the IMDb, the same category. And then also you'll get the script early so that you can read it and actually know what the story is beforehand. So
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. So you guys got some nice perks going here.
Please no creative suggestions. if you do see the script, unless it's really, really good. If you feel like it's really good, then we'll steal it from you.
That's right. With no credit.
And then you might actually get like a third writer credit. You know?
Yeah, like co-writer.
Yeah, co-writer. Yeah.
Co-writer.
Yeah.
Assistant to the
One
co-writers.
1/4 co-writer.
Yeah. There you go. All right, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything major over here on the website as you guys are on the other screen. So Michael, I discovered you through You Should Have Killed Me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that haven't seen it, it's a fantastic like little crime drama, like indie. It feels like Kevin Smith meets Quentin Tarantino, like straight up. Like it's freaking fantastic. It was in my top 10 of movies last year, and for good reason. If you haven't seen it, it is. I believe it's on Tubi now, correct?
Yeah, and actually, I just heard from Peter, which those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Peter Castro is the owner of Bayview Entertainment. It also just came out on Fubo as well, Fubo, right? Yeah.
I think that's the name of it.
I thought Fubu was all sports.
That's Fubu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on Fubo TV, so you can also watch it there as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so definitely go ahead and check that out, and then you can get a taste of what these guys are going to do for you in this.
I will say this, because Tyler and I had this conversation. So long story short, Tyler and I were actually working on a completely different film under the working title Slight. And Al, you might laugh at this because ironically, Bayview picked up a movie called Slight as we were working on the script, but that was the working title. And basically what that movie was basically think of like Reservoir Dogs meets Knives Out. It was a post-bank heist gangster like meetup spot, and very slowly they start getting picked off one by one. So then it kind of turns into like this murder mystery. Tyler and I were really working on this. And the problem I will say I ran into, not so much Tyler, is I don't want to say like I can't write a good murder mystery. Like Tyler and I knew how we wanted that movie to end. We knew exactly what we wanted to happen. We knew the events in order. We had the whole outline finished. I just got really frustrated trying to write the appropriate dialogue for the film, because if you watch You Should Have Killed Me, I like to incorporate like a lot of humor in my dialogue. And so it was very challenging for me trying to write like this serious, no jokes, like dialogue all the time. And I kind of just hit like a writer's block, and it was just like, man, I really like, I was working on it, but I wasn't working on it. It was just kind of in limbo. And the hardest part is, like I said, Tyler and I knew how we wanted that to end. We had the entire outline done. We had talked about it. And I just like, I couldn't bring myself to like get us there. Right. So then, like I said, I stumbled across this Mr. Ballin video and decided to do this instead. So the reason why I'm equating it with You Should Have Killed Me is, yes, it is packed full of some like humorous lines of dialogue and things like that, but it's also very different from everything that I've written previously. It's not your Tarantino-esque crime drama. It's not anything like that. It's definitely more of like a Coen Brothers feel. Tyler and I were very much influenced by like Fargo, things like that. So I think the reason why I enjoyed it so much is because it was very much different from You Should Have Killed Me, but it also gave me that space to like include those jokes, include those one-liners, have the characters have a chance to banter with each other. Like Ben can even like basically back me up on this. The first scene is literally an argument between he and Vern about whether hash browns are good or not.
Yeah.
That is the very first scene of the movie. And it's also based on kind of a real life story that Tyler and I had together, where we were also debating on whether hash browns were good or not. So I mean, I like to say like write what you know. So to any young filmmakers out there, like if you go into your career starting off trying to write a Marvel movie, it's probably not going to work out for you. But if you read a script with like one scene, a couple of actors, and you write about a topic, you know it's probably going to turn out a lot better. So, but yeah, it's literally Ben and Vern having an argument over whether or not hash browns are good or not, and it's a very funny scene. I like the scene. I think it's great. And yeah, it's just a fun script. It's just your slice of life family drama with bits of comedic gold in there, and hopefully Ben and the rest of the cast do what the cast for You Should Have Killed Me did. All of the favorite one-liners in You Should Have Killed Me, I didn't write. They were not something I wrote. Like the cast approached me and they were like,
They were just that good. Yeah.
yeah, they were just like, hey, do you mind if I say this? And I was like, no, that's great, do it. So like the big one-liner in You Should Have Killed Me is where Kevin, played by Bryce Taylor, after Damien goes, shit, it had to be Raymond. He goes, everybody loves Raymond. That was him. That was not me. I did not write that in my script. And so, I mean, like, it's just those guys. Because, like, I usually say, like, yes, I wrote the screenplay. This time, obviously, I wrote it with Tyler. So we set the foundations for the characters, but the reason why we're not actors is because we can't put our minds in those characters. Like that's why we hire people to do it for us. Right. So I usually tell my cast, like, hey, you're the character, make him your own. Like, what would Ricky do? I don't know. Like I might have the scene in my head the way I think it's supposed to go. But a perfect example, and then I'll let Tyler take it away, is like, when we first wrote the character Ricky, we kind of pictured him as just like basically this fucking moron, like just really fucking dumb.
I would say naive,
but honestly, what Ben did when he auditioned for it is he took almost like a nerdy approach to the character. He put on like these black horn rim glasses, and instead of being this like complete dumbass, like he was like, oh, I'm just going to play this like naive nerd that the only reason I'm here is because I thought it sounded cool to be a witch. And like the way he did the audition, like I remember showing it to Tyler and we were like, we have to rewrite this character specifically for Ben.
Yeah, we went back and changed the dialogue a couple times.
Nice.
But he's more of we'll call him a free spirit, a naive free spirit.
Yeah. It was really cool they had told me that, and I was pretty honored because that's when I read Ricky, he spoke to me in this like, because he seems very similar to me. I know that sounds like a little bit of a diss given how we kind of talked about Ricky, but I kind of envision him as this kind of puppy dog. Like, I'm just glad to be here, man. Like, I'm just here and this is cool. I have this like really like the strong woman figure who's like maybe into me and like, kind of doing those kind of vibes. And it was that part's not like me, but it was a interesting way to put that naivete to work, given that I kind of have that like, oh, this is just great. I'm just here, man. And it worked out,
I remember telling Ricky the day after because I reached the actors I hadn't worked with before. I made a point to call them, have like a phone conversation with them, get to know them a little bit. I think Ben and I actually talked for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours.
Over that.
Like a really long phone conversation.
Over that,
I remember telling Tyler the next day, I was like, dude, Ben is just Ricky. Like, he is Ricky. And he was great. Like, he just cracked me up the entire time. We had a phone call. And
yeah, that's why I didn't call him a fucking dumbass.
I said originally the way we wrote Ricky.
Yeah. I just want to point out that I didn't say that. That's all.
God damn it. I knew this was going to
I would have accepted it with open arms. No, that night when we had that conversation, we were chatting for like an hour and a half, and turns out he and I have a lot in common, and so we got to riff on that. And looking back on it, it was really cool to know what the process was from his end and how bringing me on board changed certain things and how flexible they are as a writing team, and could allow for that sort of I mean, that flexibility is as simple as that. It was just a really, really cool thing. And that's a lot of what I like about this film in general. Not trying to backtrack a little bit, but after reading through the script, it's like kind of a, not horror, but it's like kind of a thriller, but it sits in this, like he's been saying, slice of life, and it brings these comedy aspects. You have your comedic relief, and you have your more serious characters who, sucks to be them, they don't get to do jokes. No, they do, but it's just fun to see those juxtaposing ideas creatively happening in the same film, because you literally get a taste of kind of everything you would want out of some sort of thriller movie, which, you know, you have the drama, some don't do this, but you also have some comedy in there, and then you also have these characters you really actually care about versus just like Susan, who is scared by everything. You know, it's, you have these people who have weight to them, and it was just a really cool script to see, and then it pays off in a very unexpected way in the end, and it was just a really cool read start to finish. So it was really easy for me to be like, oh hell yeah, I'll work with you guys. This is, after that conversation, after reading the script, I'm like, this is easy ask.
So is that how you met these guys, through the audition?
Well, yeah. So they had posted a casting call on Iowa Film. I believe that's where I saw it. And it was like, last minute, we got to get these cast, help us out. And usually what that says, to, at least for me, is like, here's the 2 roles. If there's a lead in there, they probably have someone picked for that. They want you to read anyway. And then there's like some secondary characters they want you to read.
Right.
And so the other one that I was reading was the hotel clerk. I can't remember his name.
Charlie.
And that was the one I was like, if I'm going to get any of them, it's going to be that one, because that's it.
Yeah. Apologies if he's listening, but there was actually, there was a guy who, before we ever started writing it, before we auditioned anybody, that we kind of thought of for this.
Yeah.
Who was slightly attached.
Yeah.
But we obviously, again, we hadn't auditioned a single person. It was just somebody we know.
Right.
And then, we were, as soon as we saw yours, we were like.
But yeah, I was like, I hope I get the hotel clerk, because he is.
I mean, I will say, I actually think he backed out on his own, now that I think about it.
He did.
Yeah. Just serendipity. Sorry.
Sure, yeah.
Interrupting you, Ben.
But either way, I saw the hotel clerk, and I was like, that's the one I'm probably going to get, because he was extra fun to goof around with, because he's just sass all the way, and you'll have to see the movie. But and I was like, that's gonna be the one, and I sent them both and just cast it to the wind. And then I think Michael reached out like the next day and was like, when can we, I can't remember how it went, but he was like, would you be available for this role, doing this and this? And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think
100%.
I think that thing with the guy we knew, I think it happened right around the same time. Like, it was pretty close, like within the week for sure. But and then, you know, you were great as the other role too. But we were like, we gotta get this guy. We gotta get this guy in the movie longer than like one scene. Like,
yeah, well, not even that. Like, I showed Tyler your audition for the character Ricky, and he was like, he's like, I think we need to stop casting people. Like, I can't picture him as anyone else now.
Yeah, and thank you. That's really high praise, and it's a very surreal thing to hear, especially from like a local actor type deal. You don't get opportunities like this often, so hearing that is a very special thing. So
actually, the exact quote I told him is, we watched it together, and I literally spun around and was like, I need to start rewriting the script. And like, he knew exactly what I was talking about, and he was just like, yeah, we need that guy. Like, he is Ricky.
Yeah, and
great.
Yeah, and Michael, in our talks, we've had many chats after this, talking shop and whatnot, and he's done the honor of sending me other auditions of the cast members who have been cast, and they also gave some electric auditions that was like, holy shit! Like, there's some.
Ben was asking me about who was playing the witch, and I told him that Jessica Johnson was playing the witch. And he was just kind of like, oh, like, I've never worked with her. Like, what's she like? And I was like, bro, you need to see her audition. Like, she scared the shit out of me.
Nice.
And I sent him the audition, and he's like, holy shit. And I was like, yes. Like,
yeah, it was definitely like what Michael and I wanted without really like vocalizing it. Like, neither of us said to each other, like, I hope like whoever auditions for this like understands where we're coming from. And yeah, she knew exactly who she was. Part of that's
It was-
Michael writing exposition, like explaining who they are in the script, obviously, but like she just understood exactly what we wanted. Same as Ben. Like they understood who the character was. Like it's who we pictured when we wrote it.
Yeah, she really, from what I noticed, was it was really spooky seeing her turn from this sweet, just like kind of a sweet lady, and then just like you see a shift happen in her, and I was like, whoa, that's
and she does it
that's
like
pretty
on a dime.
visceral.
She does it like on a dime. It was that's the scary part that I remember.
Exactly,
like,
and
that
that
was
was
on a
what
dime, and you're just like, whoa, like you just
it was
I wasn't
seamless and
expecting
like
that.
yeah, it was pretty electric. And
I think
all the
as
other
far
ones,
as auditions, I think Frank is one of my favorites, just because he like grossed Tyler out so much that he was
Oh,
like,
God.
I don't want to watch this anymore, and like walked away.
I literally turned around, like I was like,
Oh,
this
man.
is so creepy.
Yeah, like
In the table read, too.
literally, Tyler
The
watched
scene,
like
the scene that we're
first
talking about
30
at the table
seconds.
read, I think Ben was just about to say it. In the table read when we did it, Mark, oh my God, what's his name? Mark's character's name. Frank. Frank couldn't make it on time, and he got there late, and he got there basically at the end of the movie. Like his guy was done. Like his character was not in the movie anymore.
well done. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Michael made him go back and do it. Just be like we just did a table read on Zoom and made him go back and do it, and it's still just like, like
It was great. Like
Yeah.
Jessica, like I think every female character that was watching was like,
I mean, it's safe to say I think everyone was like that. I was scanning all the boxes, the video screens, and we were all like,
I was holding my infant son, and I was
Ooh.
like, I don't think you should watch this. Like,
yeah, cover his ears.
They know.
Yeah.
The biggest compliment from Tyler was literally, I showed him like the first 10 seconds, and he was just like, yeah, Frank got the role, and was like, I don't
I was just like, yeah, give it to him. I just don't want to listen to it anymore. That might be one of those. That might be one of those days where I don't show.
Not to give away too much, let's call Frank's character Mark slightly rapey.
I would just call him aggressive. I mean, like I wouldn't call him rapey.
Bit of
He's
super aggressive, baby.
He's like a guy plucked out of like the 70s or 80s, like kind of thing. That
uncomfy.
As far as like the other gender,
there's a lot of quid pro quo that goes on in that bank that he works at.
Yeah. A lot of undertones.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm excited to work with all these guys. I haven't had the chance to work with any of them, and they all seem like just incredibly talented, and that's just kind of speaks to the nature of the industry in Iowa, at least, not just from the acting perspective, but also just from production perspective. Because like you ask anyone, like, when was the last film that you've seen that you've heard of that was like shot in Iowa, and they'll say like Field of Dreams or Bridges Over Madison County. Like they'll say those ones. Twister. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
And those are great, of course, but they all forget that there is film happening here, and there are some incredibly talented people in the Midwest and in Iowa. And this film and the cast that we have is kind of a testament to that. And that's also why, this will be like my last thing. That's also why these like Indiegogo's are.
No, keep going. Man. Yeah, keep going.
That's why these Indiegogos are really important for like these Iowa films and the crowdfunding types, is because it's very tough to get like a major studio to back certain things, and these are all built from the ground up. It's very grassroots, scrappy teams, and so having the crowd and the outreach to be able to scrape up some money to make these films is just like a vital part of the market here, and hopefully that changes to some point where we start getting recognized to be a viable place for bigger studios to help us out. But until then, that's why doing podcasts like this and doing social media posts, which Tyler and Michael have been killing, tell you what, is so important, and it helps us out like crazy. It helps people get into the film world here and help out people like Tyler and Michael with their dream projects. So help us out.
And backpacking off of what
Hold on. I'm gonna interject one thing real quick. Another movie filmed in Iowa, partly, that is great. It's called Mississippi Grind. Has anybody seen it?
No.
I've seen parts of it.
It's Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn. They filmed it at Diamond Joe's in Dubuque.
Have I seen that? That sounds really familiar.
It's about gambling.
But
I think I've seen it.
It's like a dirtbag gambler meets like handsome Ryan Reynolds. Guy down on his luck. Ryan Reynolds comes into town. He's like, can't do anything wrong, kind of shit.
Diamond Joe's the place for that. Hell yeah.
So great movie though.
But yeah, piggybacking off of what Ben said too is like the film community right now, at least in like Northeast Iowa and like Des Moines and kind of that area, it's absolutely thriving. Last year, or no, 2 years ago when I was doing You Should Have Killed Me, I think it was just me and maybe one other filmmaker that was actually doing a feature. There was just kind of a lot of short films here and there. This summer alone, there is like 6 feature films being made here.
Nice.
Like all by local people that live in Iowa. And
really good crews too.
Yeah, and going full circle to what I told you, Al, and I hope you remember this, is I don't know how many times I said doing podcasts where You Should Have Killed Me. My favorite quote is saying, you know, rising tides lift all boats. Like that for sure is happening. And one of the best compliments I've gotten this year is by another filmmaker that I know. He actually told me, he was like, dude, when you made that feature and you got picked up for like worldwide distribution, he's like, you showed all of us that it's possible. So He's like, everyone is now doing that. And I was like, I know, I love it, but it also fucking sucks because everyone that I would usually use as a crew is now making their own feature film. So yeah, the rising tides lift all boats. It was a blessing and a curse at the same time. But
it's all good. We're given experience, you know.
I'm gonna continue to be a team player and just say that I love and support all of those other filmmakers. I hope they find just as much, if not more, success than I did with You Should.
Of the few movies that I've heard about, I think I've only heard about 2 of them, like what they actually are as a movie, and they sound awesome too.
Yeah, and they're all very different too, which is what I
are you
enjoy.
in any of them, Ben?
Yeah, I was in, if I'm allowed to say, the plug. It's 5683, which is a rom-com. I had a very small bit part that they needed last-minute casting for, and they asked me to help out. And it's a really wonderful rom-com by Mediaverse Studios and Sintry Films, maybe helping. With that.
Is that the Alana's one?
And that's Inheritance.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So, but that, ironically enough, is what I just brought up. Is 5683 is done by Century and Mediaverse. Literally, that was my crew for You Should Have Killed Me. Yep. So Michael Huntington was my director of photography, and Brittany Benedict was my assistant director, and they're now making their own feature-length film, which is awesome.
What do they call that building? The ranch, something like that.
The ranch.
Yeah, they have a great ranch here in Iowa, in a small town, where they build sets and like. Really,
we got a green screen room coming in soon, I think.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah,
they're doing a lot of cool stuff down there.
Yeah, and they're an incredible crew, and they're all making their own films. And I helped out with that. So if you know some action film that you're not really into, isn't your thing, there's plenty of other Iowa films that are not that
and honestly,
that you can help out with.
And coming up here, Ben, just to surprise you a little bit. So this face is going to be in Connor Botts' movie Operation Crimson Skies as one of the soldiers in that movie, which is kind of a futuristic vampire type movie. And so so I will be doing that like pretty much next weekend and the weekend after that. So
I'm gonna need all the stills from that so I can plaster them around everywhere.
When are you doing that again?
Like next Saturday and the Saturday after.
Damn, dog, you failed on the beard growing.
I
thought you needed a beard for that one.
Nah, I'm gonna have a mustache.
Yeah.
Jake's
the dirty stash.
Jacob, the last time we talked about it, you said you needed a beard for it.
I know, but
I thought it was like 2 months away.
Yeah, no, Jacob
grow a big ass beard by then.
Yeah, no, Jacob Daniels said I could have whatever I want, so I decided on mustache.
Got it.
If I'm free, I think I'm gonna be a creature in that. When I was on set for 5683, he was asking, he's like, "Hey, you around in May for anything?" And I was like, "Depends. What's up?" And he's like, "You want to be a soldier or a creature?" In my head, I was like, "Creature all the way," but also partially, I don't look like a soldier, so creature, make me scary. So I might be there and getting shot up.
There you go. Down.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, long story short, lots of stuff going on in Iowa
I
right
think
now.
long story long is actually
So
Fair.
you know, one of my good friends have Cheetah Willview. Michael, you know him well.
Patrick Michael, shout
I
out.
watched that podcast.
Yeah, Patrick Michael. He introduced me to a lot of you guys, and yeah, you guys seem to have a whole lot going on in Iowa. Like it's banging.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's great.
you
impressed.
can even talk to Ben about more. I mean, Ben's the one acting in
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the we've already kind of discussed the feature film stuff that goes on, but there's obviously so much more than just that because those are such endeavors to take upon yourself. Marissa Vaughn is another director who did a
That's another
amazing,
one. Yeah, Knee High.
yes,
Knee High is
Knee High. It's phenomenal. Great insight into like Iowa, modern Iowa farm life. But anyway, that was one in the past, but there's such an undertaking, and you can just ask her about how, and these two about how much that is. So aside from that, to keep things creatively flowing, there's a lot of short films that happen, and there's a lot of little projects and tons of music videos. You would be surprised. There's actually a lot of music videos going on for local artists, which is also a big thing in at least Des Moines. The Des Moines scene has a lot of local artists. And so there's plenty of smaller films to support, and our 48-hour film fest goes on. That
Those are fun.
they're a blast. And
last year there was 42 teams.
Yes,
Wow.
which is insane.
And that's what is that? At least
Super
2 people, or is there at least 4 people? Do you know?
I mean,
is there like numbers on it?
Yeah,
at least
I think
4. I'd have to say at least 4.
I mean, obviously, to run a successful film crew, you need at least 4.
Yeah,
but
we had with that last one in July, we had 4 nights of screenings. We had an A, B, C, and D teams that we had to like whittle down.
That's awesome.
It was insane. And the great thing about those is it truly, the people who do it are the people who love making films, and so you get to see the whole span of creative work. So you have people who are shooting this on their iPhone 6 that they have, and so it's not the best quality, but they have some crazy good writing. And then you have people who are doing actual CGI in 48 hours, because that's what it is.
I know, crazy.
Yeah, for any listeners, the 48-hour film fest, you at a certain time you write, direct, shoot, edit, and submit a film in 48 hours. And
what do they give you? Like a word, like a piece of
you like a phrase or something.
So they'll give you character names, they'll give you a prop, and then they'll give you a line of dialogue, and you can't stray from those. If you do, you're disqualified, but that rarely happens.
And everybody's different, right?
Yep. And then they do a kind of a raffle system, or you draw the categories that you want. You get 2 of them, 2 genres, and then you kind of pick which one you want to do. So I've been in a couple of those, and
a real director would do both.
and a lot of them tried to do both, and that's not a joke. Like that's true. They've done a standard 48, but then they also do a horror one nowadays, which is a blast. So it's thriving, and I'm sure that they've had to open submissions for teams like way earlier.
Yeah, sorry, I'm pretty sure Michael was the antagonist in one of those horror ones last year.
Oh yeah,
right? Wasn't that last year?
We're not going to talk about that.
He looks wild. He looks like a mix of the bad guy from Sonic and like Bronson.
Robotnik.
Like the Tom Hardy movie Bronson.
Yeah, I mean, Damien was in a bunch of them. I've seen Mediaverse and that whole crew around these 48s constantly.
Stop looking for shit. You're not going to find it.
Oh, come on, man.
He was good though. He was creepy.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyone out there who's listening, if you want to get like a really easy way to make connections with people like Michael and Tyler and all these other local filmmakers, a lot of them do not just 48s, but they do a lot of these smaller things and are on pages like Iowa Film and Midwest Film, I think is another one, on Facebook. And these are great ways to get in at the ground level and get your name out there and see what is actually happening in Iowa and in the Midwest, because it is popping, and that's to put it lightly.
Yeah. If you, and talking about, speaking of like actors and stuff like that, it's, I think one of the biggest things in like when you're thinking about a film, at least this is what I think of, is like you always want to like avoid crowd scenes because that requires extras. And it's like a lot of times it's hard to wrangle your friends and stuff like that. Like, Michael and I are pretty old, so we have a lot of older friends that have families, and we have families too. So it's hard to, get people to all come out for one thing. But we've had actors that were willing to be extras or whatever. Like, that would be an incredible asset.
Yeah. And as far as like production goes, I know a lot of people who have it's not a lot, but I've had people reach out to me being like, I don't necessarily want to act, but I want to know how to do sound, or I want to know how to get into doing cinematography. How do I go about that? I said, well, because they always bring up school. That's always a classic thing, and that helps a lot. But I point them towards people like Michael and Tyler and other filmmakers that I know, because you can just reach out to them directly, and it's enough of the culture that is in Iowa as far as filmmaking goes is scrappy in a good way enough that they're also looking to help people do good work and get into this too, because the more help the merrier. I mean, a PA or a sound guy is hard to come by sometimes. There's a lot of postings that happen are like, hey, help us out.
Yeah.
And so like to anyone else who's listening, like if you want to not necessarily be in front of the camera, this is a great market to be in, because the people who are working behind the camera are very willing to get you on board with them and get that experience that you would need to make your own things. So think of that too.
Tyler and I went to school, so you don't have to.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I figure you guys is paying because I also went to school for film stuff.
I did, but not for acting, so I'm paying for it.
There you go. All right. Well, let's say hi to a couple people in the chat.
He just cries on command. It's great.
Yeah.
Vern's just going to shove you into a bunch of walls. There's going to be a point where like Vern is shoving you into a wall or something, and even though I got it in like 2 takes, I'm going to have him do it like 20 times.
And I'm all for it. I'm not even joking. I'm seriously for it. I think that's a blast. It sounds bad, but
Al, so I know I mentioned that he was in You Should Have Killed Me. Mm-hmm. So when I was doing You Should Have Killed Me, as I mentioned this when we did the initial podcast, I took MMA fighters, and I jokingly say I took MMA fighters and I taught them how to act instead of taking actors and teaching them how to fight.
Right.
So I got off pretty much scot-free and hit the easy button on that fight scene, right? But it was so funny because everyone there knows Vern, and these guys are all like used to be professional MMA fighters, or like are still working in gyms, or like are black belts in jiu-jitsu. And every single one of them said the only guy they were scared of was Vern. And it's so funny to me because Vern, I just know Vern is like this giant teddy bear of a man because he's such a sweetheart. But the idea of him like bullying Ben is just so funny to me in my head, because I actually know how much of a bad motherfucker Vern is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll tell you this story. It makes me look like a little bitch, but it's perfectly fine. So we were on the set of You Should Have Killed Me, and like I was in the Army combatives. Like I did jiu-jitsu, I did taekwondo. Like I have a little bit of a fighting background, like nothing like these guys. But I was picking on him one day on set, and I was like, "Hey man, like I'll spar with you or I'll roll with you." So like I started like picking on him or whatever, and I think I started kind of like shadow boxing him. I'm not even joking. Like it looked like he went like this, and the next thing I know, like the side of my fucking head hurt, and I was like, "I'm good." Like he hit me so fast, I didn't see it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm good."
Like freaking Bruce Lee and shit. Like,
yeah, he's wild.
You are blind in one eye, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to like talk on his left side because he can't hear anything on his right.
I know Al wants to get to the chat. I heard him say it before we.
Well, yeah. Before I get to that, but Ben, how much are you looking forward to working with Vern and getting in his face about a hash brown?
I'm legit excited. Michael has said this, he's excited to see me get bullied by him, and I'm excited too. Not because I want to be bullied, but because it's a fun dynamic to have.
Yeah.
That opens a lot of doors for like comedy, and the way and this can always change, of course, but the way I envision Ricky is like he'll put up with it, and he does, but also it'll be fun to kind of test the boundaries a little bit because he's just happy to be there, and this guy's like picking on me, like
Yeah,
I'll
and I
only put up
also
with so much,
yeah,
and then
I also don't think Ricky reads it as bullying either.
no,
Like, I
no,
don't- like Ricky's just like, yeah, it's like remember that Looney Tunes with like a big dog and like a little dog?
yeah,
Might have been his son.
exactly.
It's like that.
Yeah, there is a bit of a father-son dynamic, I will say.
Yeah, he's a mentor. He's a father-ish figure, and so
An annoyed father.
he like lets that lets that happen. But at some points, I'm excited to be like, wait, what the hell did you say? Or
I
not
can't-
necessarily that, but like,
I can't wait to shoot the apartment scene, and that's all.
yes,
I don't want to give too much away, but I cannot
Don't give it
wait
away.
to shoot
Don't give
that
it
scene.
yeah. We were doing the table read for that, and I was just the dialogue that was happening between the two of us. Even sitting down in my booth, and he was in his living room, I was like, I was just picturing how it was going to play out on camera, and it's going to be a blast. I'm really excited to do those scenes with him. And speaking of what Michael said, he is a scary dude, so it'll be fun to see that juxtaposition as well in our characters, vocally and physically, because it is very apparent.
Yeah, Vern's the bro. He's the man.
He's been in several commercials.
He's awesome.
Got on KWWL where Tyler and I work as well, so he's definitely the definition of a working actor for sure.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, let's hit up the chat. Let's say hello to everyone. First off, we got Pugwall 316 all the way from the UK, by the way, up late tonight. He says hello.
Whoa.
And he says,
hello.
There you go. Looks cool. I'll definitely check it out. There you go.
All right.
We got T Betty. T Betty's in the house. My lovely aunt.
Aww.
All right.
My lovely aunt. She's all up in here.
Yeah.
Hello, Aunt T Betty.
Yeah, and Auntie Betty. That's right.
Auntie
And then
Betty.
we got Doug.
God, I'm so dumb.
We got my buddy Doug from Australia up in the house tonight as well.
All right. What's
I
up,
think
Doug?
it's morning over there by him. Yeah.
Well, good morning.
Yes, indeed. All right. So those are the comments so far. All right. So let's do some rapid fire questions for y'all.
Ooh, all right.
Michael,
That means short answers.
You've kind of you've been through this already.
I have.
So you go last. So Tyler, you go first, then
Ooh, here
Ben,
we
you
go.
answer, then Michael.
Okay.
See if Michael, we can see if it matches up from the last time
Okay.
for the ones you've done already.
Yeah.
Because there will be a couple of repeats. All right. So the way I'm ask it, I want you to say the very first thing that comes to your mind, whether it's right or wrong. Just say the very first thing that comes to your mind. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Who got it?
All right. Favorite movie director.
Christopher Nolan.
All right, Ben.
Quentin Tarantino.
A second is he's below me. I don't know if how we're viewing the screen is the way
Yes.
it looks, but
You're
It
above
is.
me.
yeah, I second that.
Yeah, that's a rotating thing for me, by the way.
Yeah.
I was
Same.
gonna say Tyler. I think he's.
I caught a clip of Interstellar today, and I was just like, God damn it.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, he'll say something if I'm wrong, but I feel like one of Tyler's biggest influences with just co-directing him on other things generally is like Edgar Wright.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, rapid fire.
That's good.
Let's get it
That's
going.
good. Yeah. All right. Favorite actor.
Am I starting every time?
Yep.
Ooh. Favorite actor. Shit.
Shit's your favorite actor?
Jake
That's
Gyllenhaal.
All right.
What?
oh God.
I don't
Jake
know.
Gyllenhaal?
I don't know. He's the first guy I thought of.
Oh wow! All right.
He's definitely not my favorite.
Oh my God.
But
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I don't think you understood that.
I couldn't think of anybody else.
There you go. So Jake it
And
is.
you're the name guy. How do you not fucking know this?
It's rapid fire. I said the first thing I thought of.
First thing comes
Yeah,
to
I'm-
mind.
I'm terrible with names, so I'm
Yeah,
trying
see,
to
why
think
did I
of
have
his
to go
name.
first? I had to think about it if I had known the question.
Well, you can-
But he was just in, or he was in The Green Knight. He was in, what is it, Monkey
Patel.
Man?
Dev
Dev Patel.
Patel.
Thank you.
See,
Dev
I
Patel
told you
kills
he's
it
the
every
name guy.
Okay.
time.
I'm trying
I
to think of somebody I like
Mike-
more.
I-
You're thinking like Roadhouse Gyllenhaal. You gotta think of like Prisoners Gyllenhaal.
Ugh.
Prisoners Gyllenhaal is fucking fantastic.
like how you don't agree with your answer
Brokeback Mountain.
now that you're
Donnie
there,
Darko?
you're trying to defend.
Again, I
it.
need to
Donnie
think
Darko.
about it.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko. Yeah, exactly.
Freaking Darko, man. Yeah.
You know what movie? Anyways, yeah. Nocturnal Animals. He's great in that too.
That's a fantastic freaking movie.
I'm about
Southpaw. It's not a
I'm
great
about-
movie, but like he just got shredded like a boxer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Ben
go.
Kingsley. That was my other one. That was what I was trying to think of too.
Nice. What
Got
about
it.
you,
All
Michael?
right, Ben's answer now.
So like mainstream, I would definitely go with like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's just so good in basically.
Yeah, see, I
everything
know
he
I
does.
fucking say that.
Well, see, but like
But,
I,
but
love,
I mean, he is that damn good though.
like I love him.
It's like saying Michael Jordan's your favorite basketball player. It's just like,
he is my favorite.
Please,
basketball player.
LeBron.
boring.
Okay.
you don't watch basketball though. Like that's boring. Like
I
you watch
watched it
basketball,
when he
it's fun.
played.
Exactly, that's fine.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
one of my favorite movies is Shutter Island, and Ben Kingsley and Leo DiCaprio are in that together.
Ooh,
They kill it.
Ruffalo would be
But
like. if I was
what
college,
I
if
would
would say
say
Ruffalo,
I would
would
say
go
if
on
I
all
had to
lines.
pick like my favorite like smaller actor, I would have to pick Ben Foster. He's just solid in everything he does.
You said Ben Mayer wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
John Mayer.
Boom. Wrong Ben, buddy.
John Mayer is my favorite actor.
I'm gonna put you in the credits as John Mayer just to get more traction.
I'm so down. I don't care. I think that's
Like,
a funny joke.
It's just one frame cuts when like in the trailer and stuff. It's just like you only see him for like split second. Shit, was that John Mayer? Like, that's right. We filmed. He thought John Mayer's tall, so we filmed from below.
All right.
You know what? I think
I
Ricky should
smell
always
a
have the
rewrite with Ben with the guitar.
All right, somebody else go first this time, so I can actually think about.
I'll go first. I've already been through this before. Al, you can
We'll
do
switch it around.
All right. So Michael, favorite actress?
Favorite actress? Tyler, I'm gonna need your help. What's
Go
her
ahead.
name from Natural Born Killers? Pulp
Juliette
Fiction?
Lewis.
Yeah, Juliette Lewis. Here you
She's
go.
not in Pulp Fiction.
She is, isn't she?
No, she's
Oh
not.
no, she's not.
You're thinking of Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, but yeah. No, Juliette Lewis. She's good.
All right, Ben.
Michelle Yeoh for me.
Nice.
This is kind of the Leo of answers for women, but Scarlett Johansson probably.
I feel like Meryl Streep's like the Leo for women.
No, she's the De Niro for women because she's turned into some stinkers too.
She has.
Not her performance, but like the movie she's in.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck am I to judge?
All right. So I'm mainly a horror guy. I mean, I watch other stuff too, of course, but so my next question is Jason, Michael, or Freddy?
I'm gonna go with Michael just because I share his name.
Oh man. Jason, he's the scariest. Dude doesn't die. Like never dies.
No, Michael Myers all the way.
All right,
Best-
all right.
Best movie of all the two best movies of all three of those franchises. Like those first two movies are like they're not just good horror movies; they are just good movies.
Straight up.
That's
good
fair.
movie.
Made
that's
very
fair.
well. Like
I
they're
think,
so
I think
awesome.
I will admit I think John Carpenter was really in his meta when he made those movies for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, now Michael, we're getting to your favorite question. What profession other than movie making would you want to pursue?
It's gonna stay the same. I'm gonna say chef,
Nice.
mostly because I'm an attention whore and just want everyone to praise me all the time.
Be the eating it. Oh damn, Mike, that was good. All right, Ben.
Ooh, that's super tough. Gosh, I mean, a pilot. That's just the first thing I can think of, so I can travel everywhere.
There you go.
Nice. Okay. All right, Tyler.
Just what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Or not
Like what would
If you
you if
couldn't
you
be a
weren't making
director.
movies and weren't what would you be focused on? Like what would you want to do?
I think my dream job would be like stand-up comedian
Oh,
because they all have podcasts now and they just get to talk for a living. Like
oh,
True.
I might change my answer. That's really good. Or an improv comic.
yeah, improv. Yeah, that'd be cool too. I think about improv quite a bit.
I do
Actually-
pretty well.
Like God,
I would say my tight answer with chef would be like a professional golfer. It'd be pretty.
Oh.
cool.
you know what?
Oh, I didn't even think sports.
You know what? Because I was thinking movies. I'm going back to the actor one. I think Bill Hader might be my favorite actor. I was thinking movies. I wasn't thinking about TV. But he's
Bill
also
Hader.
done movies. Skeleton Twins, fantastic movie. Him and
Yeah.
Chris
Can we
Rock.
forget? Let's not forget about the Power Rangers reboot. Come on, one of his
Didn't know
famous
he was in
ones.
Also, obviously, Hot Rod. Like he's
Oh,
shoots
Oh,
himself with a nail gun.
yeah.
in Hot Rod.
I love Hot
Or no, it's
Rod.
not. What does he do? It's like a piece of
Yeah.
metal.
Like a
right?
piece of
I think
metal.
so. Yeah, he
Yeah.
gets it. God, that's so good.
I remember what he's doing.
Oh,
He's
and
like
Doug,
standing
Doug,
there.
Doug
in the
is
shop.
Doug
He's
is
in the
calling
shop and
is calling you guys out for favorite actors here.
Sigourney Weaver, you
Sigourney
hack
effing
rods.
Weaver.
May I submit Jennifer Lawrence too? That's up there.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
not
There you go.
talk about J-Lo. That's my celebrity crush right there.
J-Law can get
Yeah,
it. That's
Jennifer
true.
Lopez is awesome. Or I mean, Jennifer Lawrence.
I mean,
Jennifer Lopez
Yeah.
sucks.
she
Jennifer
also can
Lopez.
get
Can
it.
we
It's
just say
legit
that,
trash.
Can we just say that Tyler's the hack and not the other three on this?
Yeah, I'm the hack.
Sure.
I mean, Scarlett Johansson's awesome.
Yeah, they're all great.
All right. Next rapid fire question: what profession would you not want to try?
I'd probably say being in the Air Force.
And why is that? Is it because Marines are better?
No, I was in the Army.
Ah,
Tyler was in the Air
there you go.
Force.
Marines are better.
Uh,
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
probably a plumber. That shit's gross.
You make
That
bank,
is that is a stinky ass job.
You make
yeah.
bank.
Oh yeah,
ice
you make bank, but that's because you're dealing with everyone's poop, and that sucks.
Ice road
That's-
trucker.
That's good.
Actually,
Actually,
Tucker.
yeah, anything to do with the ocean.
Mm.
I was gonna say like crab fisherman guy, but
Yeah, that's actually mine.
Ice
Tyler,
road trucker.
Tyler knows my fears of the ocean. So
I'm right there with you.
actually, I'm gonna say one of those like divers that got to go super deep and weld like the oil.
I was-
rigs. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
I was just gonna say,
James Cameron's
talk
assistant.
talk
Yeah,
about making bank though, dude. You'd make
I know,
so
but
much
yeah,
money.
Fuck that, man, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, Tyler. Yeah, ice road truckers, dude. Like I think my heart would just be pounding the entire freaking time.
I can like feel a
don't-
panic attack like starting right now.
Yeah, like I don't think I'd even make it halfway across.
Tyler, I'm surprised you didn't say like windmill operator.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think I can handle that.
Tyler has an irrational fear of those
I
big
don't-
windmills.
You don't understand. It's more psychological than just. Why are you putting out shit like that, man? What the hell?
Because you put out the 48-hour Halloween thing I was in.
You did a fucking acting job. It's
Fair.
not one of your fears, prick.
Acting, whatever. Yeah.
Tyler's a heavy metal fan, but not in the way I'm talking about.
Ooh, great
Mm.
one. You fucking loser.
All right. Favorite album?
Oh shit! Europop by Eiffel 65.
All right. Ben?
It's a long title.
Eiffel 65. Fuck yeah.
That's wild. That's wild, but it's great.
It is.
I Like It When You Sleep, For You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It by the 1975.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is that the one with somebody else on it?
Yes, it is.
That might be one of my favorite songs of all time, dude. I love that song.
I just love the 1975. They're great. Their recent album is almost better than that.
And
but
actually,
can't
I
remember
would
the
say
name.
almost second to Europop would actually be Absolution by Muse.
Oh, I mean that's easily in top 5. Actually, in top 5.
There you go. All right, Tyler.
Mhm. This is another rotating one, but I would say my most recent is A Tear in the Fabric of Life by Knocked Loose.
Nice.
It's a metal
Nice.
song, rare metal album. It's a concept album about the guy gets into a car accident with his wife or girlfriend, and then it's like his travels through the afterlife.
Yeah. Have you ever seen What Dreams?
It's only 20 minutes long, and it was my most listened to album in 2020, I think.
Yeah. Have you ever
Nice.
seen What Dreams May Come?
Mhm.
It's kind of like that. It's like
But darker.
but darker. But yeah, it's actually cool. They made Tyler showed it to me. They made like a 23-minute short film to go with the
But
album.
it's literally an animated short film that is just the songs with like really
Animated
cool.
too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's if you're epileptic, don't watch it.
What's this thing called? What's it called?
It's called A Tear in the Fabric of Life. It's like screaming metal. So if you're not a fan of that,
I can put up with it.
okay.
I'm a fan of
Yeah,
most
it's kind
music,
of
so
it's
I'm
like
good.
I don't know if it is claymation, but it kind of looks like claymation. A lot of flashing lights, a lot of great transitions in between the songs. Like if you watch, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's like I think the album. I think the album's like 20 minutes, and I think the video's like 23 or 24.
I'll have to give it a watch. I love animated stuff, so that sounds really cool.
Al, I kind of wish you had my answers from
I would also. Sorry,
so I can compare.
just because I love it so much, you should have the lyrics pulled up just so you know exactly like what he's saying.
What it's
Because
what
like
it's
that's an album that like every time I hear like a new line where I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's awesome.
This is the greatest thing.
Yeah. Well, Michael, I do remember some of your answers, and so far you're pretty spot on from what I remember at least.
Okay.
All right, I got one more.
You should have chosen something different every time.
Yeah.
It's rapid fire. I've never done this before.
But you have done it before.
He's done some of them, not all of them. He has
these
not
are
done
new.
this last one. I can
Okay,
promise.
here we go.
All right. So your movie has a witch in it. So my question for you is, other than The Wicked Ways of Webster County, what's your favorite witch movie?
Hocus Pocus. I don't fucking know.
Honestly, like that's a great
Like Hocus Pocus is great. Like
Bette Midler is.
I loved it as a kid.
Top
And,
notch.
yeah, she's fantastic.
All of them.
But I think cinematically, I just have to go with Witch. Or
Is
The
it
Witch. Is it Witch or
Phoebe?
The Witch?
Robert Eggers.
Eggers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
many good
Yeah, I
witch
forgot about
movies.
There's a
And
few.
There's like a
Like-
joke answer I want to say. I don't remember what it was called.
So like Hocus Pocus is
I'm just
great.
gonna
It's
mention
a fun movie, but The Witch, the score in that film is like haunting. It is so good.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's like Anya Taylor-Joy's like
It is.
first.
Well, I don't know
role,
if it's her
right?
first, but my wife was watching Split when I came down here.
Yeah.
Another Anya Taylor-Joy. Anyways, Ben, go.
Yep. Ben. Favorite witch movie? He's like,
I mean, my answer was Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen lots of movies with witches in them. I need to see Vitch though, because I love horror movies, and if Vitch is as good as it is being played to be, I would love it. And so, Hocus Pocus is my answer because, like you said, Tyler, Bette Midler absolutely crushes it, and it's just a cult
Just a
classic. I don't know if
And
it's
also,
cult, but
fun.
and also, I'm just going to be real. Sarah Jessica Parker is hot as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, I actually always liked the female protagonist. I just thought she was cute.
Mm.
That movie's like my wheelhouse. I mean, like that movie came out like I was the age for that movie. Like that's how old I am. But like I remember
yeah,
when that movie came out.
same.
I actually always liked the big one.
Hey,
I always liked
Look
the
at
big
that.
one the most. Okay, which movie? Favorite witch movie?
Yep. Favorite witch movie.
Ooh, there's some good ones.
it's The Wicked Ways of Webster County, right?
I haven't,
Besides that one.
I haven't
Because
seen
of
that.
course
movie yet.
that's the answer. But what besides that one?
Never seen it. Shit. Ooh, this is a. Wait, does it have to be a witch movie or just a movie with a witch?
Take it however you want to take it.
The third Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
All right.
I don't know what it's called.
There's so many.
No,
there's
for real,
many,
the
they're
witch.
all-
The witch is probably my answer. I mean, probably the same as Mike. God, I can't even like think of any off the. I mean, there's a bunch of good ones. What's the one with
I'm looking up-
Cher? Isn't there one with Cher?
There's so many.
Or no, where Jack Nicholson's a wolf. What's
Oh,
that
we
one?
forgot about Blair Witch Project.
Wolf, right? Isn't it called Wolf? Oh,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but you don't ever see
Yes.
a witch in that movie.
Blair Witch Project.
Well, it counts ish.
Yeah.
Oh, Practical Magic.
True.
Sandra
Practical
Bullock,
Magic?
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
That's a fun movie.
Yeah.
God. What is
Yes.
that? Oh, The Crucible. I guess.
Chronicles of
they're not
Narnia.
technically
Come
witches.
on.
They're not technically witches.
You know, I actually like
Tilda
that.
Swinton. She's like the only good actor in that movie.
The Crucible with Winona Ryder. Like that's a damn fine movie.
Oh,
But I was saying like I don't think technically there weren't any witches.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the? Is it called Salem? What's the one that Daniel Day-Lewis did?
ooh.
Crucible.
No, that's okay.
That's The Crucible. He plays
Yeah.
John Proctor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
falsely accused by Winona Ryder and a bunch of bitches. Bunch
Mhm.
of teenage bitches framing him, calling him a devil worshiper.
There you go. Crucible's fantastic.
The only thing,
Classic.
the main,
You
Tyler isn't a hack fraud. He brought
I
it back.
redeemed myself, dog. Thank
There you
you.
go.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the redemption.
Howl's Moving Castle is up there for me. I just
The
looked it
first
up.
thing
and
I think
I
of, though,
totally
sorry.
forgot about that.
yeah.
What'd you say? No, what'd you say?
Howl's
I
Moving
wanna know
Castle.
I don't know that.
I don't know.
Oh, Miyazaki.
Oh,
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli, dude. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Studio Ghibli,
Not a big
so
anime
good.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more into
I-
anime. Like when I see some stuff, I
This
go, "Hey, that's
is-
supposed to be good. I'm gonna watch it." Like,
Billy
I watched,
Crystal's in it. You got oh my gosh, played Batman, and in
Michael
American
Keaton.
Psycho. I'm totally blanking on his name.
Christian
Oh,
Bale.
No.
Christian Bale, yeah.
Christian Bale. Thank you. I totally blanked on his name.
There's a delay.
They're all in that. It's stacked. It's stacked.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's weird. The American
Anyway.
versions of his movies always are. What's
Yeah,
the
100%.
Ponyo? Is that him? That's him, right?
Yeah, Ponyo's him too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I
Uh,
remember I don't remember what I was on. I don't remember what I watched. I think it was Max. And it was like the cast. And it kept showing me the Japanese cast. I was like, I don't know any of these fucking people. Like, no offense to them, but like also I don't read Japanese. And then but yeah, and then like the American version, I was like, oh my God, like I can't think of who they are right now, but it's like 8 people that are like
stacked.
huge named actors are in this like
Boy in the
animated. I mean, most, film buffs know about it, but like I would say most people, like my wife doesn't know about that movie.
Boy and the Heron just came out, and that's got tons of people in it too. Another
Is that the one you
Ghibli
just won
film.
the Oscar for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was absurd.
That's also got Christian Bale. Who else is in it? Mark Hamill's in it, who's also in Howl's Moving Castle. Like, it's just stacked every time.
Oh, I know
Anyway,
that movie. I know the movie now. I can picture it kind of. What's
Yeah.
the cover?
Yep. He's like kind of turning into a bird almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Max. I'm gonna
Yes.
check it out.
That's
So good.
definitely-
It's
that's
so good.
definitely on my to watch list.
My joke answer was that Rob Zombie movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Lords of Salem.
Yeah. That was my joke answer. That movie was fucked up.
That movie's
weird.
wacky, dude.
It is weird.
Rob
It's cool.
Zombie.
It was cool. I enjoyed it, but it was weird. Like, it's one of those movies like I'm never gonna watch that again. There's one part where like the devil's just straight up jerking off in a throne.
Yeah. Well,
It's wild.
I actually have a funny story. I actually read the book, written by Rob Zombie.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know. Was it a novel first, or did he make a novelization after he did it?
Well, I'm not sure what came first, but I do know the novel physically came out first because I read it before I saw the movie, and
Quentin
and
Tarantino's
before the
writing
movie
his
came
style.
out. So yeah,
Damn.
and the book
What was that
the book
like?
is actually pretty good. The book's actually pretty
I was-
interesting.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is how did you do that? A book written by Rob Zombie? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's worth a read, especially if you thought the movie was interesting. Read the book because it goes even further. So, yeah.
Another great Michael Myers.
I love his first one. Yeah,
Yeah, the second one's weird as shit.
second one's garbage, but yeah.
Yeah, first one's great.
Yes, indeed. Well, guys, I'm so happy you guys came on. So again, where's my thingy? There it is. All right. So again, go to the Indiegogo of the Wicked Ways of Webster County. I have the link in the description. Everywhere. I have it everywhere. Don't worry. It's there. You'll find it. So come and support these guys because we all need your help to support indie cinema. And these guys are awesome, as you can tell. So we definitely want to support these guys.
I mean, Ben and I are still hacks, but yes.
Yeah, a couple of hacks and
Tyler
and a
saved
stud.
himself, but yeah, we definitely need your help. And it's not going to Tyler or I. We're not like pocketing anything or doing anything like that. It's literally paying the cast and crew like what they're worth and making sure that everyone's taken care of.
I remembered I was going to say something earlier. Another way to support. We do want your money. Don't get us wrong. Please give us your money. Money now. Me need money. Anyways, but watching Michael's other feature movie on Tubi would also indirectly support the movie as well.
Sure.
So that's literally the very least you can do. Download a free app. This is not a Tubi ad, but sign up for Tubi, watch a couple commercials, and then watch Michael's movie. You should have killed me.
Also following and sharing.
I will leave that link in the description as well.
Cool.
Like I'm pulling it up right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Also following and sharing all the posts that Michael and Tyler put out.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. That
those-
might literally be the least you can.
Sharing is caring, folks.
But very
Yeah.
much appreciated.
Yeah. If you got a Facebook,
I was gonna say, Al, if you want to embarrass Tyler and I before we get off, you can pull up the sad puppy dog commercial we did.
I didn't agree. I didn't agree to be embarrassed. Also, actually, I'm not embarrassed. I think that commercial's hilarious.
It's awesome.
All right, guys, we are going to get out of here. So, again, thank you all for coming. You guys are all welcome back anytime. Please come back. I'd
Absolutely.
love to have all of you again.
Great.
And go support indie cinema, support this Indiegogo, and yeah, let's do it, guys.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, until next time, adios, Bela Lugosi.